Alright guys, we got the biggest news today, and I think y'all know what it is already. Candace Against the Universe is officially rated G, so you can watch it with your family and friends. Now let's take a second and discuss why it's rated G. I think the biggest reason is that... Nah, I'm just messing with you. It's trailer time, guys. It's time for...
Candace! Where are you going? Where is she going?
Alright, so getting right into it, there's a lot that happened since the last update from the movie. Most notably, perhaps, was the leak of a few images from the movie, but I'll tie those into talking about the plot of the movie based on the trailer. The other major reveal was that the infamous song from Milo Murphy's Law, Chop Chop Chop, will be featured in the movie. And how did I find this out exactly? Well, I woke up one day to a copyright claim blocking my original top 10 Milo Murphy's Law song countdown from being seen worldwide for featuring Chop Away at My Heart from Phineas and Ferb the movie, Candace Against the Universe. So this means that not only will we get an album release and be able to hear the elusive second verse of Chop Chop Chop, but it's likely there's a version in the film with Phineas and Ferb characters singing it, since there's a soundtrack distinction. This could be tied to Baljeet's known love of the Lumberjacks from the crossover episode.
You are Zach Underwood of the Lumberjacks!
Hey, somebody recognized me.
Yeah, in plant jail.
I'll take what I can get.
I have your CD, I carry it with me always!
Oh yeah, chop, chop, chop. I remember that.
Perhaps the TV show tied to his arc is a Lumberjacks TV show a la Big Time Rush. Maybe? Either way, I love to see Milo Murphy's Law being acknowledged, and having one of its songs in the movie will definitely help with that. Now, onto the trailer itself. The trailer picks up where the teaser clip ended, with Candace trying to bust the boys for the massive juggling clown, which is slowly turning into dust, presumably after being shot by one of Doof's innators. It's great to see Linda again, and of course, she's tired of Candace constantly trying to bust the boys. Next, we come into a scene with Vanessa and Candace, and it looks like Vanessa's arrived at Candace's house on her scooter. Now, Candace and Vanessa's friendship likely means that this takes place around Season 4, sometime after Thanks But No Thanks and Troy's story if the opening song is to be believed. But the real key to placing it will be whether Phineas and the gang recognize Doof from Night of the Living Pharmacists, like they did in the crossover episode.
Ferb, look, it's Vanessa's dad. You remember him.
If they recognize him when they meet him, it'll make sense that it's after Night of the Living Pharmacists. But it's definitely sometime in Season 4 given how close Candace and Vanessa are. So it looks like Candace thinks this giant thing in the front yard is one of Phineas and Ferb's inventions, when in reality, it's actually the abduction pod for the aliens. And like I said before, Candace and Vanessa do get abducted together, sucked into this tube, and Phineas and Ferb wonder where the heck Candace is going. Now, from what I've heard, this scene is actually at the end of a Candace and Vanessa musical number called The Universe Is Against Me, that leaked on YouTube in storyboard form in 2018, but has since been removed. It's not clear if the song will still be in the movie, but it would make a lot of sense given how Candace gets to say,
It's me against the universe!
at the end of the movie. It would be a cool parallel. Next up, we see all the pods the aliens have used for abductions. It looks like a lot, and this opens up the door for some alien cameos, too. And they're all part of the ship that we see towards the end of the film dropping Phineas and Ferb back on Earth, confirming that this is the big alien ship. We also see it here. So Candace and Vanessa break out of the pod and presumably meet the aliens in the film, which we don't really see. That's one thing that I really like about this trailer, is that it keeps a lot under wraps, not even showing the villain. Once again, we see the Mushroom Planet, where most of the film is set, and presumably where Candace and Vanessa are taken. Then there's the architecture of the city, which matches that first still that we got oh so long ago. And the flora and the fauna looks wild. Now we get into Phineas and Ferb's initial plan to save Candace, build a portal to the planet, just like the portal to Mars. However, it looks like Doofenshmirtz had the exact same idea to save Vanessa, so Phineas and Ferb's portal just ends up leading right to Doof's portal. We then see Norm, which is great, except that he sounds nothing like Norm.
Hello and welcome, aliens!
I really hope that's part of a gag, because if it isn't, well, yeah. Then we get one of my favorite moments in the trailer, Baljeet offering Buford as a sacrifice to Norm. This is great because we know that later on in the timeline, Buford offers Baljeet to the Pistachians as a sacrifice. So instead of it being mean, it was just him getting back at Baljeet for what happened here. I love connections like that.
Giant robots! Quick, give them Buford! What are those?
Don't worry, I got a plan. Here, we offer our nerd and sacrifice.
Buford!
Here we see Candace worn down on what looks like a treadmill of sorts, at this point likely being tortured by the aliens late in the film. Then there's some more fun establishing that Doof builds the rocket that takes them all into space, and the Isabella Doof rivalry that has long been teased. Then, we get the iconic line.
Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
In the background, it looks like the planet is called Fibla Oot, somewhere in the Roblox cluster, and the orange color of the planet definitely lines up with the shots that we've seen. Perry hops on the rocket as it's about to launch, and there are some fun antics in outer space dealing with this trip through an ion barrier. The ship goes out of control, and we see Buford's canoe and a bag of carry-ons in the background. Then we see Candace exploring part of the base alone, which makes me think that she and Vanessa separate before they're caught again. However, from the synopsis, we know that Candace finds the planet to be a utopia, and we see that in this new still where she appears to be on a talk show for the aliens. Either way, this looks like some kind of plant that the aliens are trying to grow, perhaps in contrast to the large number of mushrooms on the planet. We see a lot of the same shots that I've talked about before with Perry on the rocket and flying through the ion barrier. Then it looks like the kids are dropped off on Earth by the aliens as they fall out of the ship, and I imagine this is when they assemble all the spare parts mid-air, including Buford's canoe, to make a safe landing on Earth. We get some more of the gang exploring the planet after landing, then Vanessa staring down one of the side characters that we see on the poster. It's likely that this is after her and Candace have split up, and this alien is probably a friend to Vanessa, given the look on the poster. We then catch a glimpse of Agent P's side mission, where he's probably keeping these alien baddies from the poster off the tail of our main characters, which is sure to be a lot of fun. And then the last bit is the part from the first trailer, which I already broke down in another video. So yeah, this movie looks like a lot of fun. There's so many songs that we have no idea about though, and we haven't heard jokes from any of the side characters, which I'm sure will be standout parts of the movie. We still don't know Weird Al's role, or if Super Big Doctor will come down to Earth for the final fight. It's really exciting to see such good marketing for the movie, and now that we're so close to the release date, the hype has absolutely peaked. As always, follow me on Twitter for the latest updates. We just hit 1,000 followers there, so that is awesome. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Patreon, where you can support the channel. Special thanks to Rovanami, Milo Murphy, and Noah James for being the biggest supporters of the channel. Stay tuned for more coverage of Candace Against the Universe and Amphibia Season 2, because we're about to hit Marcy at the gates, and I'll see you next time on Phineas Flynn's Law.